What is going on, guys? The Nuggets just beat the Warriors. Honestly, it was pretty scary at the beginning. I think at halftime we're up 70-69 or something. It wasn't looking that great, but man, Jamal Murray again, dude. 33 points this game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, man. It looked great. Jokic, another triple-double, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 16 assists. Dude's going crazy. All the starters were in double figures, including Chanchar. Good for Chanchar, man. He played pretty well. MPJ had 17, even though it was kind of later in the game. It was kind of odd. It wasn't odd. It was later in the game. He had like 6 or 7 of his, he had like 6 or 8 points or something like that. Like within the last like 2 minutes. It was kind of just trash time, but yeah, those. Bruce Brown did great off the bench again. KCP had 18 points as well. Some great stops. Not a lot to say. All I really want to talk about is Bones did not play this game, which now I'm starting to think it is a bit odd. He's not even listed. He's not even listed on the Nuggets team, which is really weird. Unless he was out with an injury, because no. They're only showing the guys who actually played, I guess. They usually don't. They usually show everyone. Because I don't see Aaron Gordon on here either, but Aaron Gordon's definitely still on the team. So, yeah, no. Bones didn't play at all, which I thought was odd. Don't get me wrong, like at the end of the game, when I was pretty much out of, when the Nuggets were like pretty much up, that's when I was all like, let Bones in. And they didn't, which I thought was kind of odd. Because, so I commented on Sports Logic. I like his videos, man. Shout out to that guy. But I asked him, because he had a video about 5 like trades. And I asked him about Bones. Like, hey, man, what would your perspective be on it? Because personally, if we trade him, like, I don't want to see him traded. But if we do trade him, I can understand why. Because Christian Braun, I'm telling you, he's that guy. His defense is amazing. His defense is on another level compared to Bones. His defense alone makes me want to have Christian Braun out instead of Bones. Like, Christian Braun's defense is amazing. His and his decision making. He drove in a couple times, passed it, laid it up, like drove in, like way better fit for Denver than Bones is. Let's be honest. So I was just saying, how I could see it and how we might need a better backup for Jokic. And then someone commented saying, oh, it's funny how Nuggets fans like hate Bones all of a sudden. I see it a lot on Twitter or something like that, but now I made it to YouTube. I was like, I never said I hate Bones. I don't hate Bones. The only thing I hate about Bones is how he always goes one-on-one. That's the one thing I hate about Bones. He's not really like a cutter or team player as of right now. It's weird because he has his moments with DeAndre Jordan. He really has his moments, but like other than that, like he's usually just one-on-one. That's usually all it is. And so that's the one thing I don't like about him. But other than that, like I said, he's a spark plug. Has been in a slump, and I've said this too. He's in a weird slump where he's not doing a lot. He's turning the ball over. His defense is abysmal, and but I feel like it's all stuff he could work on. Just work on your defense. Bulk up a little bit. Like I've said this before. Like bulk up a little bit. Work on the defense. Like work on just the cuts and stuff. Don't be afraid to go into the lane, which when he goes on one-on-one, he's not. So it's weird that he doesn't cut without the ball. But I don't hate Bones. I don't know why that guy commented saying, I don't know why Nuggets fans hate him. I do see a lot of hate for it on Instagram and stuff, Facebook, where they comment. It's mixed. There's a lot that'll say trade Bones, a lot that say don't trade Bones. I'm in the middle. I personally don't think the Nuggets need to trade. Let's be real. We just scored 134 points in the Warriors. We have no shortage of scores. So do we really need Bones to come off the bench and score another 17 on top of that? Not really. Like, let's be real. If I had to be honest, I would take Bruce Brown over Bones. Bruce Brown has been that spark guy. His defense phenomenal. He's that spark, man. He cuts. He plays well with everyone. Like, Bones it's kind of like there's a reason why he was running the second unit at the beginning of the year, because there was not a lot of cutting and he was just going one-on-one. But when we need team plays and stuff, he doesn't really do it. So it's just, and like I said, his defense is sus. So I don't know. I can see why they would trade him if they get a better like backup center to Jokic. Because Najee is cool, but he's not that great. He's not like a great backup, So if they do trade Bones, I can see why. Like I said, we don't need the scoring. We really don't need the scoring. We're good on scoring. And he was supposed to be the spark off the bench. But that's more Bruce Brown right now than Bones. So it's like, what are you here? And you don't have phenomenal defense. Christian Brown, the rookie, has better defense. So I'm like, what? Bones, what are you contributing? You know, like he needs to contribute, and he needs to, like I said, he needs to realize we're going for a championship, man. It's about the team, not about you, not about you getting your minutes, not about you getting your points. That's just selfish talk right now when it comes to a championship caliber team. It's just selfish, man. Like, do what you got to do for the team, you know. Like if you're not cutting it, work on it. That's pretty much it. Just work on it. Work on the defense. Like work on other stuff, man. Like everything that's wrong with Bones, he could work on. And that's why I'm just like, you know, like he needs to work on that stuff, and he could get back in the rotation. It's just we had so much promise at the beginning until teams started exposing him for his weak defense, and then I've noticed just a lot of the non-ball movement. So that's just me on Bones. I think Christian Brown could take his place if he were to be traded. Christian Brown could easily take that place. I love Christian Brown. The way he plays, I love it, man. He plays hard defense. He got that stole from DiVincenzo thing. I think that's his name. Yeah, he got that steal at like half court. You know, see Bones going for steals at half court. He was picking up guys full court and keeping with them, not letting them blow by it. Like, you know, see Bones do that. So I'm a big fan of Christian Brown. So like I said, I don't want them to trade Bones, but if they do, I get it. He's not really doing much. And there are other players on the roster like that could do what he does, but better. I guess not what he does, because Bones, listen, man, it's tough. He's a spark plug, but he's a spark off the bench, but he hasn't been sparking. So I like, what if you're not going to be that spark? Why are you here? And then you can say it's because of the minutes. But even when he was doing a lot of turnovers, getting exposed on defense, going one-on-one a lot, and then doing dumb little just turn around fadeaways. Like some of the shots were just not good when you could be passing it. Someone's open or something, you know. I liked Bones when he was a facilitator. Like when he was looking for the pass and he was doing that stuff, like that's when his shot opens up and he gets better. But he kind of didn't do that. He's kind of a score first guy, and he would be a lot better if he was facilitated first. That people would watch out for his passes, and then he could start scoring, you know. But that's just me. I personally, I like Christian Brown. That's enough of the Bones thing. That's just my aspect on it. I like Christian Brown a lot. That's just me. And then there was one foul that was really fucking dumb. It was the one Zeke Naji kind of got crossed over by Curry, and then Curry shot it, and Zeke Naji went for the block, and Steph Curry kicked his leg out so fucking far, and they called a defense, or it was a 4-point play pretty much. What shouldn't have happened, because Stephen Curry kicked out his leg so fucking far out. I swear you would think he was giving birth. His leg was way the fuck out there. And they just, yeah, and they called the foul. It's like, are you gotta be fucking kidding me? And for some reason, Coach Malone called did the challenge for Murray at the very beginning of the game. I'm like, no, why would you do that? Like, we know the Warriors could always come back at any time. Why are you gonna waste this right now? Sure enough, he did. Could have saved it for then. Would have won that one. But you know, when I saw that Austin Rivers tweet where Stephen Curry gets all the calls, kind of does. But this game, it didn't happen. I think they said he only went to the free throw line 3 times. One was that BS call. He stuck his leg out. Shouldn't have been a foul. I don't even know how the refs didn't see that, but it was ridiculous. Both teams shot about the same free throws. So the Nuggets had 21 free throw attempts. I think the Warriors had 19. So, yeah, man, overall. And Jeff Green, man, I gotta talk about Jeff Green. He always does some boneheaded play. He used to be Bruce Brown with the weird little turnovers where like he'd lose it or dribble off his foot or something. Now it's Jeff Green doing some dumb shit. I swear to God, he was like, I think it was Chanchar who found him underneath. Bro, motherfucker was standing out of bounds. So by the time Vlatko passed it to him, he's like, oh shit. Try to step inbounds, they called him out of bounds. I'm like, why are you out of bounds? There's no one around you. Why are you out of bounds under the hoop? I don't fucking know. It's shit like that. Like, and this happened the past 2 or 3 games where I'm like, Jeff Green, what are you doing, bro? You don't look like a 14-year veteran. You look like a rookie. I don't know what you're doing right now. That's kind of odd. But other than that, man, like I said, Murray popped off. Jokic popped off. I'm still not counting out the Warriors. Just because I think they're good, man. I'm not going to do any disrespect to the Warriors. They are the defending champions, and I am still worried about them in a 7 game series. So I've said this before in my past videos. The teams I'd be afraid of right now are the Pelicans with the healthy Zion. The Pelicans. Not really so much the Grizzlies. The Kings. Honestly, we only played 2 games against them, and the first one we won really well. I think the second one we lost by like 1 or 2 because Jokic missed the game winner. It was a close game, but we won pretty handily the first one. So I'm not sure if I got to see another game with them when we play against them to see if I'm afraid of them or not. The Warriors I'm always afraid of. Clippers I'm not really that afraid of. You guys can say, oh, we got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, yada yada. Yeah, we came back 3-1 in the bubble, and our team is better this year than it was that year, so I'm not really afraid of them. I honestly think they're the most overhyped team ever. I really do. Like, they're so overhyped when they haven't accomplished anything. And then that's all I can think of right now, man. Those are the main teams I'd be worried about. Honestly, man, the West is a shit show. Like the standings, it's a shit show, man. Like the Nuggets are currently number 1, way ahead of it, 4 games ahead of the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 2 games ahead of the Kings. The Kings are 2 games ahead of the Clippers, which might change by the end of the night. Might be like a game and a half. And then, so the Clippers are 8 games back. The Mavericks are 8.5. The Timberwolves are 9 games back. This is all back from Denver. So Clippers at 8 games back. Mavericks at 8.5, Timberwolves at 9, Suns at 9.5, and Jazz at 9.5. They got the Warriors at 10, Pelicans at 10.5, Trailblazers at 10.5, and the Lakers and Thunder both at 11.5. And that's going to round out your 4th seed to 13th seed. So it's very, very close. It is very close, especially in that little midsection. So, and I can tell you, man, the teams I'm worried about, I'm not really worried about a lot in a 7-game series. Like I said, the Warriors, I'm always afraid of. I put respect on them. And the Pelicans. The Pelicans are with the healthy Zion, man. They'll be scary. They'll be very scary. And the Thunder. If the Thunder make it in, I'll be kind of scared. The Thunder are scary, man. I give props to the Thunder. So, yeah, that was a very great game. The beginning had me scared. First half had me scared because, dude, DiVincenzo was just he was like 4 for 4 at the beginning. They could not miss. I think they were shooting like 9 of 13 in the first half or something like that. It was something ridiculous like that. They only missed like 4 shots. But then I was like, all right, they'll cool down. But I remember I was like, wait, Curry hasn't even done anything yet. Like, so once he started going up, I'm like, oh my God, no, this is not good. They're usually a 3rd quarter team, but this time they collapsed. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, they had 22 points in the 3rd. Denver had 35. So they kind of collapsed in the 3rd. Thank God, because I was kind of scared for a minute. Yeah, man, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. The Nuggets next game, they play the Hawks. I would say it should be a dub, but I think we lost to the Hawks earlier this season, so it's fair game, man. But if I had to put a bet on Denver, I'd put a bet on Denver for this game. We're at home, we're very good at home, so I'd put a bet on Denver for this one. And then the next game would be against the Timberwolves at Minnesota, and then the Timberwolves at Denver. So we're gonna flip-flop home games, but that's gonna be it for me, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, man, and I will see you guys next time.